I've now seen all 10 Best Picture nominations, and now it is time to judge! Number 10! My name is Bradley Cooper. I'm going to try too hard to get you to like good old Lenny. I'm going to talk to you like this for 2.5 hours. This movie is longer than Killers of the Flower Moon, folks. No. Bonus points to Carey Mulligan for trying to do something with that thankless role. Number 9 is Past Lives. I really wanted to like this movie. It was okay. I think the last 30 minutes is very emotionally powerful, and it has some meaningful things to say about chances you don't take in life, but what a very slow start. So, it was okay. Number 8 is Barbie. I enjoyed this movie, believe it or not. I didn't lose my manhood in the slightest, but, well, it feels a little slight in hindsight, especially when compared to the other Best Picture nominees. Number 7 is American Fiction, a respectable adaptation of the great Percival Everett novel Erasure, done by Cord Jefferson. Jeffrey Wright is amazing in this movie. He gives a career best performance. The writing is fairly tight, the direction could have been better, but a good solid movie. I really enjoyed it. Number 6 is The Holdovers. Now, this is not Alexander Payne's best movie, but it is a very enjoyable movie. Paul Giamatti is great. I really enjoyed the coming-of-age life. It was depicting a prep school without feeling obnoxious, but it didn't feel best picture-y to me. It felt like a good, solid movie I'd maybe watch on a Thanksgiving weekend kind of movie, which is fine, but, not a classic, but enjoyable. Now we're going to get into the great movies. This was very hard. Number 5 is Justine Triet's fascinating movie, Anatomy of a Fall. And honestly, Sandra Hüller is phenomenal in this movie. You doubt her motivations. She acts differently in French and in English. This is all about what you really know about people and what you really know about stories. I was completely spellbound, and the wild fucking prosecutor, that motherfucker, I love that guy. He was the perfect foil for Hüller. He just like, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? Oh, so I really enjoyed this movie, and it's in the masterpiece category for me. Number 4 is Poor Things, a movie that, I want to be clear, I greatly enjoyed. This has so many daring visuals and production design. Even the fisheye lens, which is throughout a lot of the movie, didn't bother me so much. I really became sucked into it. Emma Stone is having a lot of fun in the role. But in terms of movies that speak to this time, there was just 3 more that were better than this. And I'm going to watch this movie again. I think that Yorgos Lanthimos is a fascinating director, but in terms of the movie that just feels right for this year, I don't think it's Poor Things. Number 3 is Jonathan Glazer's adaptation of the Martin Amis novel, The Zone of Interest, which really becomes cinema in Glazer's hands. The sound design of this movie is phenomenal. This has very creepy and vital things to say about what it is going to be like to live under fascism, something that should concern us going into next year, theoretically. This was a movie that absolutely hit me with its atmosphere. It was horrific. The thermal lens for the girl who's secretly feeding apples to the prisoners, I mean, all just genius as far as I'm concerned. Number 2 is Martin Scorsese's amazing masterpiece, Killers of the Flower Moon. Don't let anybody tell you that this movie is too long. I found this to be completely absorbing when I saw it in the theater with 2 friends of mine. This just is a narrative dynamite stick. It really shows a forgotten history that we need to know. And Lily Gladstone is amazing. It's just beautiful, this movie. I will see this again, definitely. But folks, as much as I loved Killers of the Flower Moon, as much as I can say that it is one of Martin Scorsese's, it's definitely in his top 10 of all the movies he's made, and I've seen them all. They just can't compare to Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is pure cinema. It deals with real moral choice. It got through to audiences with its smartness and with its gripping, intense atmosphere for something that is usually not intense. I think this movie, when the history books are written, this will be just as important as JFK. It is that great of a movie. It is Christopher Nolan's best movie. I know that one of my film buddies is going to watch this and say, no, how could you say that? No, I'm right. Believe me, I'm right. Oppenheimer, I could see again and again. I've seen it twice in the theaters. I will probably see it maybe before Sunday again. Maybe I'll have it playing in the background or something. But this is a movie with balls, with importance, and with tremendous performances all around. And Christopher Nolan, hats off to you. I'm not wearing my hat, but hats off to you. And those are my rankings, folks. Really, it was a good, solid batch this year, I gotta say.